looking like something that was just plucked from the tree and dipped in water or something. Little did we know that this was so because of a certain chemical or a chemical mixture that they pour on it from time to time to make sure that it stays fresh all the time. So what is this chemical that we are talking about? It's called aluminium sulfate. Yes, aluminium sulfate it has a lot of uses. In fact, we've been using this versatile mineral compound. It's mostly potassium and aluminium sulfate used for centuries in pickling, in water purification, and as a natural deodorant. It's available as powder or crystal form, and it acts as a coagulant, as an astringent, and mordant in dyeing. So these are the types of uses or the types of applications that this particular chemical is used for. It is also used in cosmetics to soothe skin and then post-shaving as well. But the most notable use that we know in Ghana is that it is used to preserve water or to purify water. In fact, we made a call to some people at Ghana Water, and they confirmed to us that yes, indeed, this chemical is used to purify water. But there is a catch to it that very soon we are going to look at. So, what are the key uses and the facts about this alum or aluminium sulfate that these coconut vendors use? One is used for food preservation. The powdered alum is used in canning and pickling to keep fruits and vegetables crisp. For water treatment, it acts as a flocculant in water treatment, removing suspended particles. And for medical cosmetics, it's used as natural deodorant, like I said before. So it's also used for medical cosmetics uses, and then for industrial applications, they can use it for fireproofing, for textiles, for dyeing, and a whole lot of things that you can do with this chemical. So I don't understand why we should be ingesting it, something that is used in factories. So when we spoke to, after speaking to the Ghana Water personnel, we also made calls to a chemist who is part of the Ghana Chemical Association, and he explained to us some of the things that happens when we use this chemical on coconut. So he told us that the name is aluminium sulfate, as we said before, as water treatment, but the characteristics is this particular chemical is metal based. So when you mix it with water and then you pour it on the coconut, the metals seeps into the coconut and it gets into the food or the meat of the coconut. But when Ghana Water, so I asked him if this is the case, why does Ghana Water use it in water purification? And he told me that for Ghana Water, after they use it to purify the water, they have processes where they can remove the heavy metals from this chemical to make sure that we do not consume it in large quantities. And vendors also has no knowledge of this. The omodie, just to sprinkle it on the coconut to make it look fresh, is all that they know. Permissible amounts that should be consumed by anybody, or that should be in the presence of something that we are going to consume, is 0.2 mm per liter. Yes, 0.2. But it looks like with these coconuts, every minute or every few minutes, when it gets dry, you'll be pouring it on it throughout the whole day, or at least until somebody buys this coconut to consume. And I asked, what type of diseases can be caused with prolonged consumption of this chemical? And he says you can get Alzheimer's if you use in a long time. If you know Alzheimer's, it's this disease mostly found in older people when they lose their memory and then they cannot. It happens like that. You start shaking, you do not know your whereabouts, and then you become disoriented of a sort. And this alum can cause this type of disease, a prolonged use. So I was a little bit flabbergasted that if this is what we know about the chemical, why does it seem like we've not done any proper research on it or written any proper paper on it to ascertain if it should be used on the streets, whether regulated or not? So I wanted to find out. In fact, there is a report on it which was conducted in 2020. It's a study which was published in Scientific African titled Food Safety Knowledge and Practices Among Fresh Coconut Vendors, and it was done by C. Odroyeboa. The research investigates the street vending of fresh coconuts in Accra, Ghana, which focuses on the distribution practices and the food safety knowledge of vendors. Food safety knowledge is very important here. So this study was to identify food safety bottlenecks and evaluate distribution and sale practices of street, vendors. It was done around Accra, in Lekma area, Accra East, and then Accra West. Participants were 104, predominantly male. So they interviewed about 104, which represent 99% of the people who were interviewed. Most of them were between the ages of 20 and 39 years. Cocoa is a predominantly male, venture in Ghana. Personally, I have never seen any woman selling coconut before. So over 90% of the vendors cited coconut vending as their primary livelihood, which most having between 1 and 5 years of experience. So these are the crop of people that were interviewed or who were part of this research. So for food safety and hygiene, in general knowledge, overall food safety knowledge was described as encouraging. A lot of them have been to school, so they know that when you are coming, you have to wash your hands, you have to make sure that it's clean before you sell and all of that. A lot of them too have significant levels of education, or most of them have been to secondary school. So it's not like they do not know what they are doing. When it comes to the general knowledge of making sure that the coconut or the food or the fruits that they are selling on the streets is safe, most of them has a fair knowledge of how to keep safe. So why are they using this chemical to pure or to keep the coconuts fresh if they have knowledge of basic knowledge on safety on food? They have no idea. So we look at the contamination risk of using this coconut. The study noted that high potential for cross-contamination between the coconut husk and the packaging material. Additionally, some vendors, about 43.7% of them, wash the nuts with an alum solution to maintain freshness and prevent discoloration through the health implications of, and it has a lot of health implications. A little bit more study on this revealed that a lot of the diseases or whatever that you can get from this is not confirmed because there's been very little research on this matter. And placing calls to institutions, they all were telling us that it's just in the beginning stages, in the talking stages. So subsequently, or in the months coming, we are going to press on them and make sure that a lot more information is given out and then shared to the public for everybody to be aware of what is going on. So I ask, if this is the case, then what should the public know? What kind of actions are we supposed to take to make sure that this thing doesn't continue? Or if there is a way that they can still use the alum, what are the mitigation factors or the regulations that we can put across to make sure that this chemical is not used indiscriminately? People are getting diseases all the time and you do not understand where it's coming from. People get kidney diseases and organ failures, and you ask them, also, did healthy, not knowing that the coconut, which was supposed to be healthy, that they were buying from the street, is the one that is causing the problems or causing problems for their health. And it's not just coconut. We've had similar cases involving the use of carbide, making sure that bananas ripe early, and people using chemicals to colors to add to red oil to make it look more red when you use it to cook, and all of these things. These things are killing us gradually, and currently the use of alum in coconut is what is trending now. So we are going to end it here, but we are not going to end. We are going to make sure that we press on this, call the necessary authorities and the associations who are involved to make sure that they come out with answers that we are all looking for. This has been The Breakdown with me, Leo Stanley. On Friday, we see you again. Thank you. Have a nice day.